And I want you to also understand that some days I want you to have a little fun. I have a little tool here, and I hope we're seeing it. Okay, it's good? We got it? All right? You want me to turn it around? All right? A little tool here. And let me explain this tool. I'm hoping some of you go to dental hygienists occasionally that you can afford, that you can appreciate. And a good dental hygienist would tell you, clean between each tooth, because if you leave one tooth untreated, it destroys the whole environment. And that's the thing with your thoughts and beliefs. Get rid of the ones that are becoming archaic. For those with 15, 20, 25 years experience, get excited about helping some of our newbies that are coming in. Pass that baton. The way we revive the team is to care about each other deeply despite our differences. And what this will do is it'll clear out those old thoughts. This is meant for educators. Okay? And it's made for me. It's available, of course. But you do it once a day. And it's miraculous. Now, just watch the effect it has on my face. This is for educators. This is called mental floss. Just watch me. And I will be giving this to certainly somebody in the audience who can use it. Now, I also have to really compliment the school principals, because they do have, as well as we know, a fantastically challenging job, as do all the classroom teachers. Every school system I go to, I ask, how are things with your principal? And I hear some good things. I don't know if it's the truth. I hear some other things. I get some faces, you know. But I want you to be able to connect with the school principal, and I want the school principals to lighten up. We need you to be healthy. We need all of you to be healthy. When I hear that the average age even of a superintendent retiring in the United States is a certain age, and then they become ill or pass away 5 years later, that really scares me, because there is a lot of stress incumbent with the jobs. And when you connect with people and laugh on the same page, not be a comedian, it's very powerful. So let me just read this little thing to you. This says, need a new principal. Does your school need a new principal? If so, simply send a copy of this letter to 6 other schools which are tired of their principals. Then bundle up your principal and send him or her to the school at the top of the list. Add the name of your school to the bottom of the list. And in 1 month, you receive 16,436 principals. One of them should be a dandy. Believe this, do not break the chain or you will have very bad luck. One school in South America broke the chain and actually got its old principal back. How about a round of applause for being on the same team? And start to laugh at yourself a little more. Even in the supermarket, I know you're held to a higher standard. And it's funny, when you're in a supermarket in your town, regardless of where you are in your school system and a position, and you're moving the cart down the aisle and you have those little partitions, and I don't know why you do it, but be blessed that you know the idiosyncrasies of education that corporate America cannot understand. They cannot fathom it. And you're wheeling that little thing, and you think you see, as the aisles become clear, a kid in the school system, a staff member, a parent, somebody, and I don't know why you go, whoa! And you just go back like this. All I want you to do is wave at the people, and they're all stakeholders. Hey, how many people can tell if there's been a full moon the night before? How many of you know teachers are good at that? Just raise your hand. And here's a little list that was put together and given to me back in 1998. Why you should be happy, simple word, to be a teacher. You first get shot at ordering any of the fundraising stuff that students are selling. You enjoy the attention you get when you say, this is on the test. You get to enjoy the comfort of a day that is so structured, you never have to decide on your own when to go to the bathroom or when to eat. You can tell stupid jokes and your audience can't walk out. I love that. You get looked up to as long as you're still taller than your students. You get to work with kids, which is challenging, but it's still easier than working with adults. And my favorite, you get to go on field trips and pretend you're with another group. How about a round of applause for that? Thank you very much. As a former award-winning principal, I was principal of the model school, and I say this with a great deal of love, in the state of Massachusetts for the most seriously disturbed kids they could send me, ages 5 to 13. To get into the school, here's the entrance criteria. Seriously emotionally disturbed, physically acting out, socially maladaptive, and you set fires or run. Okay? That's a pretty interesting list. And one of the large Boston papers came out and said, your school has been nominated for promising practices. We see you have low staff turnover. Somebody wrote that you treat the kids with dignity, came from the parents. We even got a letter from the Department of Social Services that if a kid's having problems, incredible challenges, and may need to live away from home because part of the school was residential. This was before I migrated to the town of Hadley, Massachusetts to be the special ed director, which, by the way, is the asparagus capital of the world, but that's nothing you have to fill out in your evaluation. What is it that makes your school what it is? I said, well, we've held many staff meetings. We don't make them boring. We talk about a few things. We have great collegiality. We have to work hard in that. We do a lot of special things. And one of the things we agreed upon, it's not some Far Eastern voodoo magic, and we don't always remember it, but it's the 4 words, you won't find it in a book, that if you remember these words on top of what already you do well, and bless you for doing what you've been doing. Bless you for the little things you do behind the scenes. I'm here not to point fingers, I'm here to place a blanket of saying, push it as further as you can because here today, gone tomorrow. How many of you in this audience believe that philosophy? 4 words on an invisible necklace. The words are, make me feel special. And if you can make even the kid you're having the most problems with, or you heard about their brother, or the file is this thick, or you've written them off, it's not even November, please understand the one you can do the least with may make you the most proud. Be happy with your A and A+ students. But please don't tell me what a child can be in 5 years from now. We're not powerful enough to know the future. There are too many things working against the child. There may be some things working for the child. And you don't know if a kid is going to remember you 20 years later. And the tough thing is they're not going to come back and say, hey, thought I'd come back 20 years later. I'd be a little remiss if I didn't thank you for the structure, consistency, and high expectations. You don't always get that, and that's the tough thing about teaching. And if you're doing some of the little things, outside job hours, including thinking, inside job hours, I have a little quote from Indira Gandhi to help you keep on keeping on. That's the best I can tell you. To enjoy this journey. You only get one shot at it every single day. And that is, she said, my grandfather once told me there are 2 kinds of people. Those who do the work and those who take the credit. He told me to try and be in the first group. There was less competition there. And we have so many things in education with professional standards, with revamping this and revamping that. And what is a professional? And if you're going to give yourself that title, and I say this with caring, not with condemnation, please know my definition, because not everybody can do it to the degree they want to. Professionals are people, from me to you, professionals are people who can do their job when they don't feel like doing it. Amateurs are people who can't do their job when they do feel like doing it. There is a distinction between that. Let's go to partner number 1. Where are you in my room? Let's deliver an essential message. Partner 1, would you shake partner number 2's hands, because the clock is ticking everywhere we go. And please say, life is too short to drink the house wine. Would you do that right now? All right. And partner number 2. Literally or figuratively, it's the tone and the delivery that in part makes a great teacher. Some days you're going to have to be an actor. Some days you're going to have to be an actress. It's all theater. And the rewards come in many ways, shapes, and forms. But literally and figuratively, be glad you got stuff on your plate of life, even stuff you flat out never signed up for, because it's evidence that you get to play, you get to figure it out, you get to deal with lack of closure, you get to play the game. So partner 2, literally or figuratively, listen to my tone. Would you please say to partner 1, as you shake their hand about the graciousness of life, the busyness of life, would you please say partner number 2 as you shake their hand, the in basket, almost joyfully, the in basket will never be empty. Would you do that right now?